Phil. Phil. What's going on, buddy? It's your boy, RGT, your friend, your pal, your confidant. You didn't think I was letting you off the hook that easy, did you? Obviously, it's been a very interesting 2024 for good old Slick Phil Spencer, the snake oil salesman himself. Now, I'm sure he's not a bad individual, but I do feel like he double talks a lot. And he talks about things and says things that aren't inherently true, and he probably doesn't even necessarily believe, just to appease people at that current place and time. I'm not quite sure how that helps run the business of Xbox, but hey, they seem to be somewhat happy with him as he's still employed there after over a decade. But of course, everyone is buzzing about the fact that Indiana Jones, the game that was supposed to be a big Xbox exclusive for 2024, well, it's kind of an Xbox exclusive for 2024. Comes out on December 9th, tail end of the year, but then in the first half of 2025, it will be coming to the PlayStation 5. Now, obviously, I made a video on this like 2 days ago and really yesterday as well, talking about this whole situation and how it's not even necessarily about Indiana Jones itself. It's about the mixed messaging. It's about the mixed marketing. It's about where am I supposed to play my Xbox games? Do you truly care about where I play them? Do I need to buy an Xbox console? What is your marketing strategy? What is your clear focus for what you want consumers to view you as? Because right now, it's definitely scattered all over the place. You say that great games don't sell consoles, but that's been proven time and time again to be inaccurate. Well, with Indiana Jones now being a timed exclusive for Xbox and coming to PlayStation 5 in 2025, the first half of it, many people have questions about this as to how this happened or why this happened. Some people seem to think that this was a decision that just recently was decided. And when Phil Spencer was doing his interview round saying that games like Starfield and Indiana Jones weren't coming to PlayStation 5 in previous interviews in 2024, that he was talking about forever, because that's what he led you to believe. He knew damn well that Indiana Jones is coming to PlayStation 5 in 2025. There isn't some magical port button that you can just press. Well, Phil Spencer was asked about this, asked about the decision of bringing Indiana Jones over to the PlayStation 5. Now, look, I get it. Those Disney licenses cost a lot of money. We saw that sort of stuff in the Marvel leaks or the Insomniac leaks, where all of that information of how much stuff costs to get Spider-Man and how much they have to pay Disney. So it always kind of made sense that this would be a multi-platform game. It's just the problem was it was positioned as only being an Xbox game until it wasn't. It was now a multi-platform game. And I feel like for most people, if this was positioned as a multi-platform game from day one, it would have been a much easier pill to swallow. It wouldn't have been as big of a shock and as a surprise as this ended up being. Well, Phil Spencer was put on the hot seat in a recent interview with IGN, and well, this is what he had to say. This is what he had to say about it. Our franchises are getting stronger. Our Xbox console players are as high this year as they've ever been. So I look at it and say, okay, our player numbers are going up for the console platform. Our franchises are as strong as they've ever been. Now, first and foremost, I don't believe that's true, because the Xbox Series platform is selling worse than the Xbox One did. And the Xbox One was kind of considered to be, a down period for the Xbox brand. The Xbox One never really got its feet settled when it came to the console war between the PlayStation 4. Even though the Xbox 360 was extremely successful, at least in the intermittent period, I believe the PlayStation 3 ended up catching up and outselling it. But the Xbox 360 was a very, very popular brand that many people absolutely loved. So it looked like going into the Xbox One generation and the PlayStation 4 generation, that was going to be kind of continued. But it hasn't been. And it wasn't with this generation either, because the PlayStation 5 is trouncing the Xbox Series platform. Yet you say your players are as high as they've ever been? I kind of question that. And we run a business. It's definitely true inside of Microsoft that the bar is high for us in terms of the delivery we have to give back to the company, because we get a level of support from the company that's just amazing and that we're able to go to. So I look at this. How can we make our games as strong as possible? our platform continues to grow on console, on PC, on cloud. It's just going to be the strategy that works for us. Now, there's a lot of double talk in this and a lot of just kind of word salad, essentially saying words, but not really, giving a clear cut answer with this. But I don't really understand how you can sit there and say that your console is up when we know year over year the console sales are drastically down. Like, we know that. There's been information that is out there. We do know that the Xbox One is outselling in the same time period the Xbox Series platform. We know that. We were aware of that. We've seen the data to support that. So how more people are playing on your console, how you are satisfied with your console is definitely very, very interesting. Now, PC is something that you guys have been doing for quite a while now, and I think most people have kind of accepted that. I'm sure there are some people that don't like it, but for me it's kind of like, PC is its own little world of gaming, and it's definitely encroaching on console gaming, but a lot of people just prefer to play console games. It's just easier for them to sit in front of their TV with a box and a controller and not have to worry about adjusting settings and stuff like that, even though some games are getting a lot of settings added into them. But it's just an easier thing for people to do that. So I don't even necessarily care about the PC stuff. Game Pass, we know that Game Pass has kind of peaked, and the cloud gaming, like, how successful has that really been? Are a lot of people playing games on the cloud versus playing them on a PC or playing them on a console? Like, where is the numerical data to support these claims? Because the only numerical data that we truly have negates these claims. I think the biggest problem is just be open and honest with people. You obviously want to put more games on PlayStation 5. You obviously are now going to put more games on PlayStation 5. If you announce a new game, just say that it's coming multi-platform. Just be honest with people. Make it so that Game Pass and being able to play it on Game Pass, if you have that super tier, because they've redone all those tiers. But if you have the best tier of Game Pass, make it so that is the incentive. You can play this game on day one with Game Pass. You don't have to spend the $70 or something. Like, you need to have a shift in mentality and a shift in marketing in order for people to not constantly be disappointed by announcements like this that are invested in the Xbox brand, that are invested into the Xbox ecosystem. Because if you keep taking away those games and putting them on other platforms, why would somebody choose your platform over the other platform, over a PlayStation 5? You need to drill home that Game Pass thing. That needs to be the main focus here. That needs to be the crux of everything that you continue to do, because now every single game that Xbox announces and every single game that Xbox has announced, games like Avowed, games like Perfect Dark, games like Fable, who's to say that those aren't going to come to PlayStation 5 and other platforms as well? I think there's a better chance that it does than it doesn't, especially a game like Avowed or something like that. I could totally see that coming to PlayStation 5. This is a situation that Phil Spencer and his, leadership has created with this. And I get it. You're running a business. Same thing Major Nelson said when I made my questionable tweet that some people didn't like about it. But at the end of the day, it's like, well, what is the business? What is the end goal here? What is the future of the company as far as where you see it going? What is your priority? Because if it's making money, then I think you need to be more open and honest with people. I think you need to be open and honest and potentially get PlayStation people more excited when a game gets announced if it's going to be a multi-platform. Like, there's it's obviously your strategy now. It's a questionable strategy that I think remains to be seen, the effectiveness of it, but you managed to sell 1 million copies of Sea of Thieves, so maybe it'll work. How much does that porting process cost and manufacturing those discs and all that sort of stuff? But I don't know, man. It just felt like a really non-answer. And I feel like that's what Xbox does. They do a lot of non-answers, and it's disappointing. I think you just need to be open and honest with things about this at this point of the game. Like, it's obvious that things are not going according to plan. It's obvious that things are not going the way that you saw them. And when you purchase all these studios and give the impression that now Xbox gamers are going to have all these first-party exclusive games to help build the Xbox brand, people buy Xboxes based on that sort of mantra, and then they see, oh, wait, we're just going to put everything on other platforms as well. It's kind of like, well, I would have just bought the other platform, because not only can I play these games, but I can play their exclusives on there as well that aren't going to be coming to Xbox. Just my opinion, though. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Yes, you got 2 videos today, you spoiled brat. But I love you, so you deserved it. Let me know what you think about all of it in the comments down below. And as always, guys, thank you for watching this video. Hit subscribe if you're new. Be sure to like and share the video if you enjoyed it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.